We're living in a time where it's never been easier to build wealth with real estate, and right now you're missing out on real estate's best kept secret, land flipping. And for the past few years, I've been able to make over $1 million in profit flipping land, and I've helped other people build wealth with this model too. Now, on this screen, you might be wondering what all this is. Well, these are just a few results and a few people that I've helped as well. Starting with my student here, Ryan, who made $4,000 on his first deal. There's him with a $4,000 check, happy as can be. Here's another student with a $25,000, $30,000 profit deal, just texting me that they accepted the offer and that it'll be closing. Here's another student just saying how he loves my approach of aiming after bigger deals consistently. This is actually a client who got a multi-six-figure spread on his first deal with me. Here's another client with a $31,000 profit deal, a deal that he bought for $44,000, sold for $75,000. Here's another client. I mean, this guy just always hits it out of the park, Mike. Always doing large deals. 153K selling for 330K, 88K selling for 140, 558 selling for 950. I mean, just ridiculous. Here's actually a check of mine for $27,000. Here's another student, Christopher, who had a $120,000 profit month in the Land vs. Six-Figure Fast Track program. He's on track to doing $500,000 this year. He actually did $220,000 this year joining the program. Here's another client, Vikram, with a $25,000 spread on a deal. Here's another client with the buy for 15, sell for $40,000 deal. Here are just a few wire transfers from myself as well. 45K, 100K, 122, 34, 70K. It's a few $100,000 here in wire transfers and wire receipts. Here's another deal that I did. I bought a deal for $250,000, sold it for $350,000. Here are a couple deals that I've bought and sold as well. Here is a buy for 15, sell for $76,000 deal. Here's what it actually looks like in our Landverse community when we're doing deals. As you can see, we have active listings consistently where we're auditing each other's listings, we're looking at listings, we're auditing performance, we're looking at all that as we go on. Now, why am I showing you all this? Well, many people don't give proof to what they actually do. And not only have I done this very successfully, not only do I still continue to do deals and run my own land flipping business, but I've helped others as well, and I've helped others become extremely successful through this model. Now, what is Landverse and what is land flipping? I mean, if you're just finding this video, you probably have no idea what land flipping or land investing is. You don't know what a land flipping business is. I mean, maybe you even do, and you know what land wholesaling is, you know what wholesaling real estate is, house flipping. Well, let's get into it, and let's start with normal land flipping teaching. You see, when I got into this business model, I would watch videos of other people that just said, hey, just send out the mail, send out mail, send out mail, send out mail. And what does that mean? We send out mail and text messages to vacant landowners all across the country. They respond, we get a deal done with them. We offer anywhere from 30 to 50% of the market value and resell at 80 to 90% of the market value. So right here, right, you can see buying for 250, selling for 350. Right here, you can see another one, buying for 15, selling for 76. These are the kind of deals that we do. We buy low and we sell high. Land flipping is really arbitrage at the highest level. Now, why do sellers sell to us at that level? Why do they sell to us at 30 to 50% of the market value? Is because sellers always have issues. So for every mailer that you send, it's a unique situation to solve an issue with a seller. Now, these can be issues like back taxes, divorce, parent died, brother died, whoever, sister died, whatever it is. These people all have situations and problems that they need solved, and quick cash really quickly allows them to have their problem solved, whatever the problem is. We're just there to serve. Now, normal land flipping teachings have absolutely no leverage. You're doing smaller deals on a consistent basis. So you're doing 5K deals, 10K deals. It's kind of like sporadic, and you're really just hustling, right? This is what normal land flipping teachings will lead to. I'm just hustling. I got a deal here, I got a deal there. Maybe I made 100K, maybe I made 75K, 50K, 80, 150. That's around the level that you're going to stay at if you're just flipping land at this lower level, right? At Landverse, what we've been able to do is take the product of a buy for 15, sell for 76, a buy for 50, sell for 150. We've been able to take that product, put it on a conveyor belt so that you're able to do multiple deals per month, so that you have a business that makes you anywhere from $200,000 net profit after expenses per year, all the way to $1 million net profit plus. By taking this product, building systems and processes around the product, tracking KPIs, doing things the right way and using business principles that have been around since the beginning of time, we're able to build real wealth for ourselves with this system. And that is what the Landverse principles are built on. And that's what I built here at Landverse, which is why you see results like $120,000 profit in 1 month. Now, when you join Landverse, we help you build a high leverage land flipping business model as opposed to this hustle that I'm talking about here, where you're doing smaller deals, you're a one-man band, you're hustling, you've got no control, and your deal flow is sporadic. That really is the gap between a normal income and great wealth, where you really can fuel any passion, anything that you want to do within your life. Now, before the age of 25, I traveled to over 20 countries because of this business model, because of the cash flow that it provided, and because of the systems that I had built around the product. So traditionally, and if this is you and you're an experienced land flipper and you're stuck at this level, book a strategy call with me below. I'd be happy to help. Now, when you've got no process built around your business, it's not a business, it's a hustle. And you're probably also getting many things from sellers like, you're a scam, you're a grifter, something is wrong with you, F you. These are normal things that you're getting from sellers, whereas when you switch to the Landverse model, you're now getting things like quality local relationships, thank you for your help, systems in place. These are the kind of things that you're getting when you build a business, as opposed to, I'm just hustling, I'm just trying to get my next deal. We teach you how to build businesses. We teach you how to go into a market, dominate a market, and have good rapport with the surveyor, the title company, the agents, the brokers, the brokerage. We teach you how to do all of it so that you can go into a market and do multiple deals and print a bunch of cash in one market. There are markets where I've made 7 figures profit in just one market by dominating that market. Now, this business is quite simple, and there are 4 pillars to success in this business. Those are market selection, marketing, acquisitions, and dispositions. Now, you follow those 4 pillars correctly and you're able to build processes around them. That is where you get to the point where you now have a business that you're able to make $1 million net profit or more on. Now, the problem and pain with people that run these businesses is not having any process around the 4 pillars that I just mentioned of market selection, marketing, acquisitions, and dispositions. Everything is just all over the place, right? There's no process for doing it every time. And I've seen this because I have clients that come to me that have run these businesses before. Maybe they've been doing it for a year and a half, and they're stuck. They're stuck at a certain level of $100,000 or $150,000. This has been so consistent. And then I go into their business and I know exactly what's wrong. Why? Because I have my KPIs dialed in. I have my numbers dialed in. So I know what's wrong with your business. I can look at your listing and see that it's inconsistent with the rest of your listings, right? So let's say you have 4 listings. All the pictures, the picture style looks different. The description style looks different. The way that you're telling the story on the dispo side to a buyer, it all looks different. And so when we go to acquire a property from a seller, we close on that property, and then we relist it on the market for profit, we need to make sure that our front-facing disposition marketing towards buyers is 10 out of 10. On average, what I see with new people that have done this before and don't have any process around it, it's like 2 out of 10. And then they wonder why their properties are not selling. So we do this throughout all those 4 pillars. We build processes. So acquisitions, there's a very specific way to speak to sellers that will yield results. There's a very specific way to build rapport with different kinds of sellers that will yield consistent results. The way you talk to the hedge fund manager is not the way that you talk to the old lady who's $20,000 behind on her back taxes. It doesn't work that way. So at Landverse, we've mastered how to frame sellers to fit you best so that you can serve them and they can see you as someone that's trying to serve them, not someone that's trying to grift them. Now, most of the time, because of these lack of processes, I see people being extremely burned out, extremely tired, stagnating, not growing in their income, and thinking that land flipping is luck. Well, I know it's not luck because I've tracked thousands and thousands of conversations, thousands of hours of conversations, and thousands of properties that I've worked. And through all of this, I've been able to pinpoint the exact numbers required to do anywhere from $200,000 a year to $1 million a year profit. I can tell you exactly how much mail you need to send, who you need to send it to, what markets you need to send it to, all of it. I know how to do it because I've done it before and I've shown other people how to do it as well. Listen, these are skills that if you master and if you practice over and over and over again, you're going to be in a situation where you're able to do deals like this, where you're making $100,000 on. You're able to get wire transfers like these, 45K, 100K, 122K, 34K, 70K. This is very normal for me, right? This is a normal thing. I get a $50,000 wire It's not a big deal to me anymore. Why? Because I've been able to build processes around my business. Because I've practiced this over and over and over again. This is what it takes. So what you want to be able to do is create a vehicle that builds real wealth for you and allows you to travel the world, take care of your family, spend your time as you please. I mean, life is not meant for clocking in and clocking out. Life is not meant for, hey man, I need vacation time. Life is not meant for you bending over, breaking your back all day. That's not what life is meant for. Life is not meant for you to be a 2-bit hustler, stressed out about the next month and the next month and the next month. Who wants to do that? We can replace all of that with a well-oiled machine, a well-oiled system that prints you cash on a consistent basis. And when you join Lamverse, you begin to feel full of energy, inspired, free. You become a top 1% earner, and you become, most importantly, a legacy builder. What we want to do is build legacy. What we want to do is build wealth for ourselves. Now, success in this business or any business does not happen overnight, and so you have to be willing to be committed to the principles, doing them over and over and over again. I'm honestly so sick and tired of hearing things about get rich quick and you can just get rich overnight. It's not going to be overnight. Have I seen people get a deal done and make 50 grand in 1 month? Yes, and those people are on my YouTube. Have I done deals and made $60,000 within 24 hours? Yes, those stories are on my YouTube. But you shouldn't expect those kinds of results. Can that happen for you? Absolutely. It absolutely can, and most likely it will. But don't expect to be making $1 million in your first month or 2 months. Greatness takes time. Greatness takes time. Legacy takes time. Wealth building takes time, and you should expect it to take time. But in hindsight, it's going to take you a year to 18 months to actually do well with this business model and make a few $100,000 a year net profit, as long as you stay committed to these principles. Even with marketing, like if you watch land coaches that have free purchase agreements or free contracts, the odds are there's probably 1,000 or 2,000 people using that exact same template. So the market is getting saturated with those templates. So what we do is target our templates with specific copy, specific problems in the template to talk to a specific person. That's what we do. That's why we're able to separate ourselves. That's why this gap exists between Lamverse and the rest of the market. When you're targeted at specific sellers, you're having way better quality conversations. You're getting more deals under contract. I mean, you just begin to thrive when you run your business like this. Ultimately, I make these videos because I want you to build real wealth for yourself. I want you to make a lot of money, and I want you to win. I want you to win like Ryan. I want you to win like Christopher. I want you to win like Clyde and Vikram. I want you to win like Mike P. I want you to win like I have and like many of my other clients have with this exact business model by putting systems in place to be extremely successful and build great wealth for themselves. Now, it's been a pleasure to meet you. This has been Femi with Lamverse, and I'll see you on the next video.